Okay. And we are here live from Toka Sports East, Novi, Michigan, for tonight's Week 3 Midwest Arena Football League action. As number 37 for the Tri-State Bucks here, none other than Harley Butler is getting ready to send us underway as the Tri-State Bucks at 0-1, looking to take on the Mid-Michigan Grizzlies, also at 0-1. I am Jack Brown. Alongside me here tonight, Damian Santiago. Damian, how are you doing here tonight?
Not too bad, Jack. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Getting ready for some arena gladiator football. Arena football with a twist. We'll get into all that and more in the coming minutes.
It's not working. It's too small. It's way too small.
Just waiting for the final whistle to get us started. And we are underway. Hits the ceiling, is going to bounce off the turf, and that is going to be ruled dead. And that'll mark.
Switch back to here. Right here. Yep.
And that'll mark first down and 10 for the Mid-Michigan Grizzlies. Right at around midfield. A pretty solid start there as they are looking for their first everything is up for grab. First and 10 for the Grizzlies. Under center.
Still not working.
Going to send a man in motion, number 6. They're going to run a pitch to the outside. Got some blockers. And that is hard into the wall. After a solid, what looked to be about an 8-yard gain
It's not working.
by the Grizzlies. Bring up second down and 2 yards to go. Run there by Deani Banks. Arena football with a twist. It's gladiator football. First, second, and third downs are taken under center. Fourth down, you can go out into the shotgun. Second and short. Man in motion, downfield. And the quarterback's going to take it himself to the outside. Massive hit taken down by number 18 for the Tri-State Bucks. Evan Renault. And that was a great tackle to the outside. Mid-Michigan starting up by running it to the outside multiple times in a row, but they're getting the blockers. And that is what is important here. 12:44 remaining in the first quarter. Third down short, and they're going to get wrapped up in the backfield. A massive loss for Deani Banks. Taken down by a pair of Tri-State Bucks. Renault once again on the tackle. That'll bring up, looks like fourth and short for the Grizzlies. Oh, third and short.
What is that? Look at that. Compared to that, like, what is it doing? Crazy. Look at this one.
Could be a motion man to the outside. And that's going to be a play action. Short down. It's going to be moving to the outside. That's going to be a nice gain. It looked like about 6 or 7 on the play. And that's going to bring up fourth down from the officials. In fourth down here in the MAFL, that's when you can go into the shotgun. That's when you can go into your bag of tricks.
I don't know why it's doing that. Let me mute yours. All right.
All right, 4th down for the Grizzlies. They go into the shotgun.
There it is.
Making some movements on the line. Man in motion. Nice snap. Throw to the outside. That's caught by number 21. Going to cut back to the inside. Woo. He's not going to get the touchdown, but he does get the first down.
Very good effort there by Chris Frenson, 21.
Yeah, that was amazing. And you could just see the rollout there. That was a well-designed play. And, you know, there's been a lot said about this Mid-Michigan team, about how their play calling's been lately. That looked very well organized.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And let's see if they can capitalize on that good yardage here in the red zone. We got no high motion here.
Yep.
2 to the left. We got a blitzer on the Bucks, 39. He's going in. Blitz. Big play.
And that's going to be a massive takedown.
Big play by Ryan Palmer, number 39, linebacker for the Bucks.
Yeah, you can just see that the mid. You can just see there. It was just a massive blow up in the middle. Going to bring up 2nd and goal from, looks like back in the 10.
Let me go fix this. Let me go change that.
2nd down and goal. Ball is at their own. Looks like about the 10-yard line for the Grizzlies. Man in motion. And that's going to be a nice little option play. Oh, he fumbled it, but he picks it up down to the outside. Taken down. Looks like he's just short of the goal line. They're going to rule him short down at about the half-inch line. What an immaculate run to the outside there by number 5.
Oh, my God. It's doing it again, dude. They won't let me.
Bring up 3rd and goal for the Grizzlies. And they're going to QB sneak it. That is in for the score. As the Grizzlies get their first points of the year. Going to set up for the 2-pointer. So they're going to set up for 2 here. Already up 6-0 after a lightning first drive. Takes off about 7.5 minutes in the first quarter.
5 for the 10. 5 for the 10 for the extra point.
All right, they're going to go take it from the 5. I think that's for 1 point right there, Damien.
2-point conversion.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yep.
All right. Again, it was a great run. Great for opening drive from the Grizzlies. Obviously, again, a team that's been a bit touch and go when it comes to the offense to start the year.
Yeah, we'll see what they can do here. We got Dylan Robb under center. Going to throw. Rolling out, going to throw number 5. Touchdown.
Yep. Add 2, and the Mid-Michigan Grizzlies. What a first drive.
Yeah, my bad. That's a 2-point conversion there by number 5. See if we can get his name on here.
I mean, hey, he was absolutely running roughshod on that opening drive. Got the big play to the outside and 4th down. Set him up in the goal line. Got him right up against it. Then a QB sneak was all the Grizzlies needed. And that was a great first drive.
Tell you what, really good first drive there by the Grizzlies. We'll see if the Bucks can bounce back after that.
Right. The Bucks, again, had a solid showing last week against the Midwestern Bulldogs. Lost 22-14 here at Toka Sports Novi East. You know, a very eventful game that was.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
As many people here would know. Once again, for everyone out there, I'm Jack Brown, alongside Commissioner of the Midwest Arena Football League, Damian Santiago. Hoping you're having a fine Saturday evening. Get to unwind, watch some arena gladiator football.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is. No pads on the wall.
No.
We got setback to return Q Henry, number 0, and Nick Kreger, long to kick. Cody Beal, number 4.
He's got a solid knack for these line drive punts.
Yes, they do. You got to watch out for that top net there.
Right. Bit of a low ceiling here at Toka Sports Novi East.
Kicks underway. Goes to number 5, Sean Rosano. There he goes outside. Sean, big fella, bulldozes his way through out of bounds. Or at 45.
Yeah, that was a huge run there. You love watching the big man plays there from Sean Rizal.
A little hard to pronounce there. But
yeah.
We'll get that down. Fullback for Bucks.
Yep.
Definitely don't want him to get the ball in his hands running downhill like that.
No. And that brings out Fredo Perkins at quarterback.
Let's see.
The big man.
Yes, sir. Big fella Fredo. He is looking at, we're looking at 6'7", 248 pounds.
Yep. Spent the past summer off in Flint playing for some semi-pro out there. Led the team to a game-winning touchdown, but I mean, I'm sure you're expecting him to do a lot more than that this time around for the Bucks. So it's going to be 1st and 10 here for the Tri-State Bucks.
Here we go. Fredo Perkins under center.
Yep. Perkins with Rosell in the backfield with them. They're going to hand it off right up the middle.
Nowhere to go.
Nope. Running like those teams out in West Point or Annapolis, Maryland, some classic Army football.
Yes, sir. Hard nose.
Yeah.
And I talked to Coach and Coach Larry Grundy for the Bucks, and that's going to be their approach today. It was kind of keep the ball on the ground, keep away from that net up there.
Right.
Yeah,
because that's been an issue here at this venue where the ceiling's so low, you kind of have to concern yourself with that.
Yes, sir. Yep. That's the biggest issue we're having here.
Yep. 2nd down now for the Bucks.
There you go. We got Q Henry, motion man. Going to check the play. Fredo.
Yep.
Clock running. There you go. Q Henry and the motion man to the right. Going to the pass. Looking to go. Q Henry. Oh, right over his head. He was wide open. He just didn't see the ball.
Yeah, too much juice on that one there. Looked like it was a little bit too high.
Yeah.
And so that's going to set up, I think it's going to be 3rd down for the Bucks.
Can't change it. He's got to change it.
But been pretty big for them so far tonight. Going to need to find something on this play. 3 minutes 45 remaining in the first quarter.
Here we got to look inside the huddle there.
Yep. Unprecedented access here in the Midwest Arena Football League.
Yes, sir. Let's see. We didn't even take a look here at the offensive starting lineup.
Yep. Starting quarterback, Fredo Perkins. Fullback, Sean Rousseau. As the play is actually going to be...
fumble.
That's a fumble! And that's going to be picked up by the Grizzlies. And going to be pushed out of bounds. That was a disastrous. Looked like it was kind of like a RPO sort of look.
Yeah, it looked like he almost tripped at the line there and kind of just get rid of it. I know that's not a play that they have designed and
right.
There, so
yeah, so you just kind of try to make something out of nothing, but clearly that did not work.
Yes, sir. Never mind. I don't. My phone. Here.
54 is a defensive lineman.
Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get it.
Nigga, I just had 6 people running at me. Oh.
And they're going to say that is a flag on the play.
Is that a late hit?
Yeah. Definitely a false start, though. So the play was blown dead. We'll have to see what, though, bit of a skirmish already.
Yeah. A little bit of a tussle there. And this is a heated game. Both teams wanting to win today.
Right.
You expect that. But like I said, look, got it cleaned up. They're going back out there playing ball. Like I said, clock is running. Clock does not stop in this arena ball. So use your time wisely.
No, if you're gonna get heated, keep it on the turf.
Yes, sir. There we go. So
keep it between the whistles.
Hey, Mid-Michigan got their 8 points of the season.
Yeah, again.
Kudos to them.
Yeah, and their last game against Indianapolis got nothing on the board. And, of course, week 1 against Detroit, although that game still 0 points on the board for there, too. But it does seem like Mid-Michigan changed out the quarterback for this week, and it's already looking like it's paying dividends.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yep. You kind of need a versatile quarterback in this league, you know,
Right.
to kind of take away from the under center pressure there.
Right.
Here we go. So we got Johnson blitzing here. Got high motion man 21. He's gonna go throw to 21. Oh, interception by Nick Kreger, number 2. He's going to the outside. Nick Kreger. Oh, missed the tackle. Oh, and Josh Clemming brings him down there. Good job by Nick Kreger.
Yeah, and that wasn't a bad throw either. Just looked like Kreger was just the bigger man on that play.
Yes, sir. And Nick Kreger, he was the defensive player of the year for the Bucs last year. So usually 2 interceptions a game. Definitely no surprise here.
Yep, clock's running. We're nearing the end of the first quarter.
Yes, sir. They got to be vital to this. And this is where team management comes in play because I don't think they notice the clock running.
No, does not seem to be the case. Have time for maybe one more play. If they're even going to get it off, because there seems to be no urgency here from the Bucs.
Hold on, I need you to hold it. Hold it right here, real quick. Don't get your fingers in it.
Yeah, I think they're going to let this wind down to the quarter.
Yep, that'll be the end of the first quarter of play here in Novi.
And then we'll go. And then we'll go to break.
As the Mid-Michigan Grizzlies are clearly ahead of the Tri-State Bucs, 8-0 here on the Sam Shady Network.
So we'll be back after this short break by our sponsor.
This is Brett. You're watching Shady Sports Network. Tune in, hit that like button.
You might wonder, what do these guys do? Player signing announcements. I never in a million years thought you would actually come on to break this news. So without further ado, go ahead and tell everybody what happened today.
Yeah, man. I just had a workout with the Cincinnati Bengals. Signing me right out.
Without further ado, I'd like to announce that, I'll be taking my time.
And welcome back, everyone, to Toka Sports East, Novi, Michigan, as we play host to the second quarter of Midwest Arena Football League action between the Mid-Michigan Grizzlies and the Tri-State Bucs. Bucs currently down 8-0 against the Mid-Michigan Grizzlies. The Grizzlies getting their first points of the year. Jack Brown alongside Damian Santiago. Pretty exciting first quarter, gotta say.
Yeah, it's been a great game so far, Jack. Both teams are, pretty much equal out here, battling it out, giving everything they had. We see if we can turn it up here in the next quarter and get some more touchdowns going.
Right.
Right now, we got the refs adjusting the scoreboard. Should be back momentarily.
Yeah. Don't they ever had that happen before?
Yeah, no, they got a new digital scoreboard here at TOCA East. So,
pretty cool though.
Yeah, for all you people at home that want to come out here and enjoy a good complex, to do any kind of sport activities, it's a good place to be. So
yeah, several chains in the area. Actually, funnily enough, I actually sent myself to the other one that's about 2 miles down the road.
Okay.
Which was a very funny thing for me to have happen.
Yeah. So, like I said, shout out to TOCA East of Novi, Michigan, for having us here.
Yep. Still trying to make sure that everything is good to go. Grizzlies scored on their opening drive, and it was a pretty solid one, too. Got the ball right around midfield after the ball bounced off the netting. Then they just drove right down for their first score of the day. Tri-State had some issues, had a fumble picked up by the Grizzlies, and then the Grizzlies threw a pick to Nick Kreger right before the quarter break. So that was a pretty eventful first quarter here. Looks like they're struggling to get the time up.
Here we go. I got it figured out to make it bigger. So, yeah, we are back. All right, here goes. The refs are figuring out, they can't get the time. Can't get it.
Only in the Midwest Arena Football League, folks. Okay. We'll be right back while we continue to experience these difficulties.
SeatGeek.
And now a quick shout out to our official bank, of Shady Sports Network, Current. Current is a modern bank for a modern era. All online, you can sign up today using our code on the screen right now to automatically receive $50 after your first direct deposit of $200 or more.
All right. Oh, all right, everybody. We are back. Fredo Perkins under center. The big man gonna send a man in motion up to the top. They're gonna plunge it down the middle. Oh, it's gonna be the outside. The big man, he's a running. Ooh. As Rousseau with a nice little run there.
Very nice run.
A little bit of off tackle action on I think second down.
And you're looking at right there, 250 pounds coming downhill at you on that song.
Oh, I would not be the most excited man on the planet. I'd be making cold business decisions if I saw him running right at me. A lot of size on the Bucks. Definitely the Bucks seem to have the size advantage here tonight. Perkins, a little bit of a bubble. He's going to find it. No, they're going to drive him back.
There he goes.
Way back.
Way up there, yep.
We're going to have to see if they're going to give him forward progress or maybe because he gave himself up there. What happened?
A lot of effort.
Yeah. Second effort, even third effort seems like from. The camera from their crew. And it's going to be another, looks like I think it's a third down situation here for the Bucks. Sending a man in motion is Perkins. Perkins looking back. He's going to bomb it deep. Overthrew his target. Overthrew Evan Renault.
Yep, and that would be, actually, note that is, I believe, no, I don't think we have his name on here. I'll figure out who that is.
Yeah, it seems to be not listed at this point in time. Yeah. Oh, and they're marching him backwards. I think there's a holding on the play.
So that is crucial.
That is a huge setback for the Bucks.
Inside the look of the huddle there. Sorry for the technical difficulty we're having on the internet there. But yeah, like I said, Jack, overall a great game here. Both teams just down to the 12 here in the second quarter. So
fourth down for the Bucks. They go into the shotgun. Perkins is actually a bit closer to what looks like an offset eye look.
Yep. And let take advantage of the shotgun. He needs to be a little more deeper, I'd say, but take advantage of the shotgun because you can get the time. And they are coming.
Oh, looks
and
like
he had him. Yeah, he had him open there, but it's hard to tell. But it looks like they're going for that deep shot.
Right. Yeah, that's gonna be false start on Tri-State.
Let's just see what they can do here.
So you have to back them up a little bit farther.
Tell you what, man, these penalties will kill you in the long run, you know. So this is stuff that needed to be cleaned up in the preseason. You know, no time for this right now, especially this close of a game. You're racing for you're fighting almost to not be in the last place.
Right.
So
right. Especially at this point in the year.
Yeah, you really got to buckle down and figure it out.
Yeah, because pretty much everyone else has got a win so far this year. You know, Midwest beat the Bucks last week. The Bandits, you know, they've been looking pretty good throughout their games. And obviously Indianapolis. I mean, Indianapolis has been steamrolling everybody.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and those like I said, they got the target on their back this year.
Yep.
Here we go. We got
fourth
shotgun.
Down.
Fredo Perkins under center. He's going to look. He got him. He's got him. He's got him. Get there.
Deep.
Get there. Oh,
incomplete.
I tell you what. And that was just misconnection there, and that's what we've been dealing with there with the Tri-State, and that's something that just chemistry, and getting on the same page there, and it can't happen. So
Quite Henry, the intended target on the play. Mid-Michigan already locking in, looking like they're
just ridiculous.
Looking like a whole new ball club after those first two games. 1st and 10 now for the Grizzlies.
Oh, they're going quick. They're not wasting no time.
Up tempo.
There he goes, going to orbit out to the right.
Man in motion.
Oh, and it's fumble. He
picked it up though.
Picked up by Hunt.
Outside.
Picked up by Hunt for a few yards there. Got a little lucky on that one. tell you what, this Bucks defense is pretty decent. They're looking very good. This offense, though, we got to get that offense rolling. It doesn't work. Can't put it all on this defense. So,
No.
Let's see what they can do. They're getting in the huddle.
Yep. So it's gonna be second down and long for the Grizzlies.
Here we go. We got 3 wide here.
Looking like a trips.
3 wide set. And we got a high motion number 6. Kind of a low motion there.
Yeah. And that's going to be a fake pitch, roll out to the outside, and they're going to actually find some room.
And a
couple missed tackles. That's going to be a nice gain, set up third down.
Good strong run there by Dylan Robb, number 9 of the Grizzlies. He's a new add-on that they just signed.
Yeah.
Pretty decent effort.
So that'll bring up third down and medium for the Grizzlies. Yeah, again, Rob's been looking great. Just to start everything off. I think if I'm not mistaken, this is his first game starting as their quarterback, correct?
Well, he did come in during the Enforcers game, I believe, and racked up about 55 yards on the ground. So,
hey, he got a pair of legs on him, too.
Got a pair of legs, and like I said, that's really where where your benefit can come and being a dynamic quarterback like that in this league, because you got to be able to extend the play and get out of pocket.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Very vital.
Hey, man,
Here we go. We got 21. Looks like at the low motion. They're not going to go no high motion here.
No.
So expect probably a run.
Yep.
You go Deonte Banks at fullback. There he goes. And it is outside run. QB sweep to the left, and he is out. He did not get in. He's short by a yard.
Yeah, they're going to mark it, though, first and goal, though, for the Grizzlies.
Yes. Very good effort there by Dylan Robb. Looks like they might be going hurry up. No, there's high tempo. Excited. Yep. So, really good effort there. Look in the huddle there. Tell you what, them jerseys look pretty dang cool for Halloween, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, that was a few days ago.
I know, right?
Hey, look, it's the real holiday. It's when when you go to your local store and all the candies 75%.
That's our holiday, huh?
Yeah. That's holiday when you grow up.
Oh shit!
All right, here we go.
First and goal now for the Grizzlies.
High motion man number 6, Hunt.
Send a man in motion.
They're going to roll out to the right. Dylan is sacked. Sacked by number 4, Xavion Johnson of the Bucks.
And looks like there was a flag on the play, though.
Oh, nope. Did they wave it off? But that is Xavion, 6 foot, number 8, 180, number 4 out of there. And I think they waved it off.
Yeah, it looks like they waved that one off. So it's going to be second and goal.
Crunch time here. These Bucks really got to do something here. They're really rushing to the outsides a lot.
Right. They're exploiting a lack of strength on the edge. Looks like they're going back into that trips formation.
Yep, it looks like they got the wide open right side there.
Right. I mean, it depends on how they want to look at this.
Yes, sir.
Rob making some adjustments on the line. Gonna be a drop back. Roll the outside. Oh, he's moving it back across the body.
Swatted out by Nick Craig. Was that swatted or it looked swatted?
Yeah.
Either way, broken up there in the back of the corner of the end zone. They are third?
Yeah, third down and goal. After the solid first 2 plays, but the Bucks defense locking down in the short yardage situation.
Very good effort there. There we go.
Third down.
Got twins to the right there. Or 2 stacks to the right. Flag delay a game, I believe.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yep. That is on the Grizzlies. They are substituting in. Here we got Harley Butler subbing in for linebacker for Tino Racon, number 42.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully one of these players can step up, make a big time play for their team.
Third and goal. Ball looks like from about the 8-yard line. Man in motion. Rob looking around. Moving to the outside. He's got nowhere to go. He's thrown into the wall. And that's going to be incomplete anyway.
Yeah. Man, tell you what, that's that gladiator football that we're talking about. No pads on the walls.
Right.
These guys, they're signing liability forms.
Right.
I'm the guy that makes them. They sign liability forms. This is something that this ain't for everybody.
No, it's not. Fourth and goal. The Grizzlies looking to go up by 2 scores towards the back half of the first half. Meanwhile, the Bucks looking to get a major
We go figure
defensive
this
stop.
Might have to switch back to this one or this one. Just
All right, 4th down and goal. Man in motion. Rob looking around. He's going to throw to the corner. Incomplete.
Oh, hit the wall. Hit the wall there. And, you know, something, Jack, we've been trying to incorporate, or we're talking about maybe making it where, you know, live off the wall.
Right.
You know, that's something we wanted to do, but it's not realistic to when you get to that next level. They don't do that. So
right. When you get into those leagues like the NAL, the IFL, the CIF.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You know, the wall is just an extension of the ground, you know?
Yep. And you know, that's something that with Jim Foster with the AFL, you know, when he got out of office there, when he took, you know, I think David Baker was the commissioner.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they made it where you could play it off the wall.
Yeah.
So he got rid of that when I think he came back in. So it's just something he didn't like. So we're trying to imitate much as possible of that old school arena vibe.
Right,
you know,
right. Those old
you know, trying to make it traditional as possible with our own twist, but
right.
keep the same rules. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Bucks with a massive stop on 4th and goal brings up 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Looks like we might have a timeout here. And we
And so we will be heading to break on this one. Grizzlies still up 8-zip.
Check out our official sponsor, the Upside app. Available free to Android or Apple users. Download Upside using our code SAM363682 to get an extra cashback bonus on your first purchase. Upside is an app that will pay you cash back for purchases you are likely already making. Whether it's filling up your tank, taking the family out to eat, or buying groceries, Upside is working to bring you more widespread offers each day. Not only will we both receive a one-time bonus for your initial sign-up and first.
And welcome back, everybody, to Midwest Arena Football League action here on the Sam Shady Network. 1st down after the Bucks get a massive 4th down short stop. Fredo Perkins going to hand off to the fullback. Run to the outside. The big man rumbling. Going to gain a solid, looks like 6 or 7 yards. Sean Rousseau with another massive gain. I mean, he is looking like the MVP tonight for the Bucs so far.
Yes. You know, night's still early. And like I said, Sean Rousseau, we got to turn his overall up. 90, I'd say, man.
Yeah, he's reminding me of those big boys that I play with when I play college football, you know, in my dynasty.
Yeah.
You know, shout out the guys who know about the Madonna Crusaders.
So we'll go back down here. Let's go back down in that huddle.
Yeah.
There we go.
Brings up 2nd down and short for.
I say they're going to go right back to big fella.
Oh, absolutely.
Tell you what, that's what I'll do.
Yep. And they're going to throw it.
Perkins.
Oh, he dropped it.
Missed Connor Accord for that wide open throw. A little behind him there, actually. He had to adjust to it, it looked like, but dropped it.
Yeah.
He dropped it. Yes, sir. It was there. And, man, tell you what, these guys, man, they just, you know, and it's hard. You know, I tell you what, Jack, it is super hard getting the time away because everybody's jobs.
Right.
Getting the time away midweek from their family jobs to meet out there and practice and get the chemistry.
Right.
But it's something that needs to be adjusted. You know, we're hoping by, like I said, next year be a paid league where, you know, we can afford to give these guys a payout to make it worth their while to maybe call off work or something, you know, or find a part-time job, you know, and something like that. So.
Yeah. I mean, hey, you know, it happens.
Yeah.
All right. So it's going to bring up 3rd down. Perkins looking
Going
around, going to throw it deep and nearly intercepted.
Nearly intercepted there, and that would be, I believe, trying to think.
Number 29 for the Grizzlies.
29 for the Grizzlies. I don't have his name here. But
it seems like he's not on the original roster either for the Grizzlies, but shout out to him.
Yeah,
good job.
Play, great breakup there. I mean,
yeah,
that's what we want to see.
So that brings up 4th down now for the Bucks.
We are about 2:20 left of the 2nd quarter, just before halftime here, 8-0.
Yep. So 4th down, they can go into the shotgun if they choose. No, they're staying under center.
Staying under center. Q Henry High motion to the right. Looking a little tired there. Let's see if we can get going. There he goes.
Little stutter step. Perkins are going to hand it off to the inside now. Actually, it's not Rousseau either. Did they get the first down? No, they didn't. Ooh.
Very, very close. Nope, he did not.
No.
Ref for saying no, so that'd be another, I believe, turnover on downs.
Yep.
So I tell you what, man, this Bucs offense is not looking good. I don't know what they got to do. Maybe adjustments at halftime. The coach got to figure something out.
Right. Well, I mean, the big thing that I'm noticing, Damian, is there just seems to be that lack of chemistry between Fredo Perkins and the receiving corps.
Yes, yeah, that's what we had last week.
You have there's so many big play potentials. Realistically, Tri-State probably could have a touchdown or two on the board right now.
Tell you what,
but they just aren't connecting.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Mid-Michigan, you can tell they're keeping it simple.
Yep.
Just running reverses, counters. Nothing super crazy, and they're doing what they need to do.
There. All righty, and we are inside the Grizzlies huddle here. We get back going.
Yep. Probably one more play before the 1 minute warning here.
Excuse the internet connection here. We're kind of having a little trouble with the Wi-Fi in the building here, but do our best to.
So 1st and 10 now. Rob going to go under center. Trips formation to the right-hand side. Meanwhile, the Bucs are in diehard zone coverage, it looks like. They're going to roll out to the outside. Looks like it's a little bubble screen. Going to cut back to the inside. Can he shed the tackler? No, he cannot.
Yep, and that was Cody Grundy on the tackle. Good reception and gang by Chris Frinson, number 21.
Yeah, that should bring us to the 1 minute warning. It looks like they're going to keep the clock running.
Excuse us. That's supposed to be a 1 minute warning there.
Yeah. Anyways, first
Mistake
down
on the
once
ref.
again. Rob goes over the middle. That is incomplete.
Looked intercepted, and it was incomplete by number 4, I believe.
Yeah. Ball bounced off the turf, and now they're going to call the one minute warning. Oh, no, it's a timeout.
Timeout, which should have been a 1 minute warning. So, like I said, that's a mistake on the refs there. Overall, good job by the refs. Head ref Lamar, Reggie, and we can actually bring them up here.
Yeah.
Right there. There's our head referee crew for the MAFL for the East Division here. So good job to them, Reggie, Kevin, Lamar. Thank you.
Backed, of course, by the MHSAA. And they don't let no slouches into these high school repping.
Yes, sir.
No.
Here we go. We got Dylan Robb under center.
Rob.
You going to throw? Oh, pressured by number 10, Travis. We have Travis Kongen, defensive end.
Yep.
Big time break up there. What a great play.
And it looks like the Grizzlies are going to take a timeout here.
Yeah, the Grizzlies wanting to set up some more points, make them a little more comfortable before half. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, your defense has been doing pretty well, but, if you can go in with a 2-score lead with how your offense has been going so far this year, you need that extra shot in the arm. And, again, Tri-State gets the ball out of the halftime break.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Mid-Michigan received.
They need to hold on here.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Dylan Robb under center. Where are they going? Shotgun, I believe it's 4th down.
Yep.
Oh, shotgun.
Shotgun, 4th down.
Yanni Banks to the side. Chris Frinson at high motion to the right. Fumble snap. There you go. They need to call timeout here. The Bucs. This is IQ football. No, they're going to let it run down, which I thought it was turnover. So
right. So it looks like
they're going to let the clock run down, and that is half. So.
Yeah. So the Mid-Michigan Grizzlies up 8-0 at the main break. Tri-State gets the ball out of half. And you now are at halftime. All right, everybody, and welcome back to TOCA Sports East in Novi, Michigan. Second half about to be underway here between the Mid-Michigan Grizzlies and the Tri-State Bucks. I'm Jack Brown. And boy, howdy, has been a first half. Mid-Michigan currently up 8-zip as the Mid-Michigan offense has finally found a bit of momentum heading into that first half. More points scored than in their first two games combined. Granted, it was their first points period. So here we go. The ref's blowing his whistle. And here we go. Then a massive booming kick off the net. Going to be down at around midfield, and that's where Fredo Perkins and the Tri-State Bucks are going to take control of this ball. Actually, they're going to mark it up to around the 20. And that's going to bring it to a 1st and 10 for the Bucks. Bucks had some big play potential in the first half. Problem was miscommunication and errors along those lines just slowed them down. And it just wasn't enough. Perkins, though, going under center here on 1st and 10. Perkins sends a man in motion. Perkins looking around. He's going to keep it himself. No, he's going to hand it to the big man. Oh! Thrown into the wall by Rousseau. As he loses his helmet, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about gladiator football. Got to make sure that player's okay, though, from Mid-Michigan. Ooh, looks like he got the worst kind of shot.
Yeah, that's a Keogh. His last name's Keogh there, number 3 for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, he ain't having a good time. That's why we wear our cups, ladies and gentlemen.
So, no pads, nowhere. So.
Yep. 2nd down and 10 now for Fredo Perkins and the Bucks crew.
Sorry about that side shot there, a little blurriness. We're trying to do the best we can with the facility we got.
Yep. Second down.
Go take it.
Off to Rousseau again. Rousseau.
Big old play. Big old boy there.
Rousseau rumbling through the middle again.
Tell you what, man. Great player there. Great guy, too. Plays college ball. I think he just came off college ball the season there. So
right.
Great guy there.
Young guy.
Good run. Yep.
And that's going to bring up 1st down, actually, for the Bucks. Going to be 1st and goal. I think that's the first 1st down the Bucks have had today. As Perkins goes under center. Rousseau lining up out wide.
Wow, we got a big fella out there wide here. We can catch it on our screen, number 5.
Yeah, reminds me.
Really see it. Yeah.
Reminds me from a few weeks ago when the Lions lined up Dave Skipper.
Yes, sir.
That receiver 1 against
there
the
you go,
Cowboys.
Henry in motion, and we are going
Perkins
outside.
Gonna hand it off, and that's gonna be a major loss on the play.
Got nowhere on the play there.
Yeah. And it's a flag on the play to boot. I think there's a little bit of extracurriculars after the play. And that will bring up 2nd and goal for the Bucks, as that was a major loss, and I think a penalty to boot.
Yeah. So we got 11:58 left, 3rd quarter. So, and it, like I said, those kickoffs, man, to shave a lot of time off, also just, you got to be fast in arena ball. It's fast.
Right.
It's coming off the ball, out of the huddle fast, not wasting no time on that clock.
Right. So it's going to bring up 2nd and goal now. Grizzlies playing close to the line. Hat on a hat. Perkins.
Like they're making.
Yeah, looking like they're making some adjustments on the line.
No, I think the referee might have. Wait for the referee. I think they're ready to go. Yep, waiting on the referee.
Yeah.
And they're ready to go.
Yep, 2nd down. Man in motion.
Oh, up the
They're going to hand off up the middle. That's to the outside. That is a touchdown.
And his nickname there is At It Low. That's all we know about him. His nickname is At It Low. So pretty cool nickname there. But
yeah,
man, great play there by number 18. Big run to the outside there. And he was actually a Bucks player last year, I believe. Man, I hate to forget his name. I think he just went by a nickname. But
Santiago was on the back of the jersey. Oh, okay.
Let's see.
Just trying to be helpful. Yep. So going for 2 now are the Bucks. Looking to tie this game up.
Here we go.
Got a couple wide splits. Hugh Henry in motion.
There we go. Oh,
Gonna
up the
hand
middle.
off to Rousseau again. Rousseau outside.
8-8-8. There we go. Good job, Bucks.
Tie ball game.
What a run there. And I tell you what, they must have did something in the second half there.
Well, in that drive, they kept it plain and simple.
Yeah, great run there. Yeah, I mean, they just hammered it down the middle, went all the way down the field, hammering it right down the middle. So great job there. Big time stuff there. Good job.
And now Mid-Michigan has to respond after the huge touchdown by the Bucks to open it, taking about 5 minutes off the clock. Grizzlies have 2 men back deep to return.
We got
Number 14.
Deani Banks.
Yep, Deani Banks and
14 and Keogh, number 3, back to return here.
2 guys who've shown their speed in the first half.
Oh, yeah, there's some speedsters. I mean, Keogh, he put up a great performance in, I believe, the week 1. No, it was the preseason game against the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
He put up a great performance there. So we'll see what they can do here today. We got 37 Harley Butler going to kick here. So we'll see what they can do. Gonna go kick is ready to be off.
All right, hands up in the air. And it is a line drive right to the wall.
Wow. That put him at just over the 50 there.
Yeah.
That was a terrible kick.
I understand what they were going for.
Yeah.
Like the rough idea, but clearly it didn't work out.
No, yeah. The kicking's really been a pain in here. And like I said, it's something that, we're not trying to get people to be comfortable with. We want to get away from that. So, yeah, definitely said it's its own game, its own technique here at the complex is a little different.
Right. You gotta do the more line drive.
Yeah. But here we go inside the huddle. Chris Frinson. Frinson, I think, believe it is. He's been a great help for the Grizzlies this year.
Yeah. You're gonna line him up out wide.
Here we go.
Number 9 going under center.
There we go. Oh,
Got a single man in motion.
Man in motion.
And they're going to hand it right back off to him. He's got some room to the outside, and he's going to pick up what looks like about 5 yards.
That was actually a legal formation there that the refs didn't call.
Oh.
You cannot hike the ball with the motion man in the box. So he was actually right behind the quarterback when they hiked the ball there. So yeah, they got lucky there. The refs didn't call that. So see if we can get down in the huddle here. Some noise.
Second down now.
Here we go. Dylan Robb under center.
Yep. Robb sends a man in motion.
And that's another illegal formation.
Yeah, it looks like they're kind of
taking advantage of it, but the refs aren't calling it. So maybe not intentionally, but
either way, it was a loss in the backfield.
Yeah, loss of downs. I'll tell you what, football don't lie.
Right.
So maybe not intentional, but like I said, we got this is stuff that the refs, we're working on. It's a developmental league. We're trying to clean it up there.
Yeah. Xavion Johnson was the man on the tackle.
Yeah, Xavion Johnson.
Came up to me at halftime.
Yeah.
Was like, hey, you see me out there making big plays? Oh, yeah, I see making them big plays.
Yeah. Here we go. We got no high motion man here.
Yep. Third down now for the Grizzlies. Robb
rolling
out again.
And nowhere to go.
And that's going to be a huge hit. Flag on the play, though.
That's Javon Lewis. Kind of flopped there at the end there, it looked like. But
looks like they might get 55 on a hold.
Oh.
It's going to be a bit of a skirmish here.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, they've been rolling out to the right there, all night. Rolling out, but nowhere to go. Looks like the Bucks are playing contained.
Right.
Really nowhere to go.
Robb clearly a speedster. He's got the legs.
Yeah, fair, yeah, really good athlete. I know him personally from before. Really great guy, great athlete.
That's gonna back them up.
A holding call there.
Yeah, most definitely was a holding call. I think it's gonna be 3rd and long. Yep.
Man, I tell you what, this is a close game.
Oh, absolutely.
8-8. We're down to 5:52 in the third. Like I said, man, that drive that the Bucks had to gave him momentum. Big swing there. Good job, the head coach, Larry Grundy, controlling his team today. Down there on the field there. I don't know if we can catch a glimpse of him, probably not, but down there on the field, great job.
See him.
Here we go.
Rob under center. Rob dropping back, rolling out again. He's going to find his man. And that's going to be an inside juke. And it's going to be a nice gain. Gets back the penalty yardage and a little bit more on top of it. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Cleaned up there by number 4, Xavier Johnson of the Bucks.
Yep, another huge play there by Xavier Johnson. Here, there, and everywhere. That's a man who's going to have to get some looks at the next level by, your NALs and, the IFLs of the world.
I tell you what, we pack on 20 pounds of muscle on that kid.
Oh,
he's going to the NFL. So we just got to, like I said, we need to make sure, we're putting these guys in the right position like we're doing tonight, to make a stand up for himself like he's doing. Yep. So, great job there.
4th down, Rob in the shotgun, as you can do here in this league on 4th down.
37, the blitzer, 21 high motion man. 37 got in there, broke it up. Good blitz by 37, Harley Butler. Broke that play up, and that is a turnover.
And you can feel the energy is completely swung in the favor of the Bucks. Those halftime adjustments clearly working. As you can just see, they were desperate, and they just threw it to the ground. I mean, it wasn't a bad play. It could have been worse. It could have been like an actual turnover,
Correct,
and then we'd be looking at possibly a Bucks lead. But no.
I got to talk to this guy. His phone.
1st down and 10 now for the Tri-State Bucks. First down 10 for the Bucks. Ball's looking like it's back at the 20. Looking like they're having to do some motion here. Mid-Michigan. Perkins been having himself a solid game so far.
Excuse us for the... I don't know what they're aiming at.
Looks like they're still having some issues in the line. Clock is stopped. Looks like they're still having some issues here. We are live from inside the huddle. So it'll be 1st down once again. Fredo Perkins going on to center with Evan Renault as the halfback. Perkins looking to motion. Hugh Henry. Henry cutting back inside. And it looks like it's going to be Renault going to be blasted behind the line of scrimmage.
He's not up. No, it'd be it.
Sorry about that. So you add it low. Apologies there, folks.
We got to get his real name on here. New add-on for the Bucks.
Yeah.
I said we do. Like I said, anybody willing to participate still in arena ball. I believe the rosters are still open to a couple teams. For free agents. So you apply on free agent on the website www.midwesternianfootballleague.com, and you apply to become a free agent of the Midwestern Football League.
Yep. 2nd down now for the Bucks. Perkins looking around, gonna throw a slant, incomplete.
Great throw there. It was there. Just dropped too much heat on that one.
Yeah.
And like I said, to be able to catch a pass from people like Mahomes or something like that, you do have to be an elite player. We do have an injury out there as Kyler Grundy on the field, number 9.
Yeah, it looked like it was a non-contact injury.
Yes, sir. It could be a cramp. We'll see.
Yeah.
Looks like a cramp.
Get some Gatorade in them.
Yes, sir. And that's, these guys, they got to stay active here. And we will.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like he's walking off on his own power there. Or, got a little help.
No, he's got a bit of a limbo.
Yeah. So we'll check in on him and give you guys a report back probably by the 4th quarter.
Right.
What's going on with him? So he's doing it.
So it looks like it's 3rd down once more. Third down again for the Bucks. Looking to get out of this 8-8 gridlock midway through the third.
2:30 left, clock rolling. There we go. Play clock running. Sean Rizal, I believe. I've got to figure out how to pronounce his name.
Yeah.
Rizal.
Show. And
Yeah.
it's going to be
Fullback.
Perkins dropping back. Going to go deep to the outside.
Yeah.
Incomplete flag on the play.
It looked like a PI possibly.
Yeah. At it low was the intended receiver on the play.
Hard to tell what the flag is there. We'll see.
Yeah.
They were going for that money shot. It was there if he could turn his head around. I don't think he turned his head around in time.
No. Well, it looks like it was just slightly overthrown was the problem.
Right. We go, minute 40 left. Bottom of the third.
Yeah. Looks like bring up the fourth down, sorry.
Yep.
Depending on what the flag is, though.
Get back in that huddle there in the Bucks. Number 9, Grundy's back
Yep.
for the Bucks.
Yeah, probably just needed a bit of Gatorade in that system.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe just stretch, walk off. So
Right.
let's see what Fredo Perkins can do. There they go, breaking out.
Yep. Well, it's actually first down after the penalty.
There they go, wasting no time here.
Perkins
On
dropping
throw,
back,
moving out of the way.
looking around,
Get rid of it.
gonna go deep again,
It is
incomplete.
Incomplete is pressured there.
Looking for Grundy back out on the field.
Yeah, they were bringing some pressure. So I don't know if that was where that turnover there. Turnover on downs, I believe.
Yeah.
So that's not good. That's not what the Bucks need. Turn the ball over inside their, I believe, own.
Yeah, they're on 10.
Yeah, on 10. So
Mid-Michigan might get one playoff for the fourth quarter.
yeah, 30-31. The clock's rolling. Mid-Michigan usually wastes no time.
Right.
See how they do it.
Yep.
Once you get down that fourth quarter, I mean,
Right.
it's game's going.
Rob's going to go under center on first down. Looks like it's first and goal. And actually, there's a bit of a miscommunication. Are they going to get this snap off before the start of the fourth? Man in motion. Going to hand off to the outside. Number 14, Banks. Banks spinning back in. They're going to say he's still up. He's running. He's carrying him in. Will he get 6? Yes!
That is touchdown, Grizzlies.
A massive touchdown at the end of the third quarter
Wow.
puts the Grizzlies up in front, and you can tell he's hyped.
Wow. What an effort there by the offensive line of that Grizzlies. Pushing all the way in for that touchdown.
Right.
Great job there. I'll tell you what, that was one of the best effort plays I've seen in a while.
Absolutely. You know, they talk about second effort. That was on like third, fourth, fifth effort. I couldn't even count how many efforts we're on.
You could tell that they wanted that. That they wanted that touchdown. So, like I said, great touchdown there by Deani Banks. See if we can bring him up here. That is a 5 foot, 765-pound running back or fullback, as we like to call it.
Yeah.
But Deani Banks,
A little guy, but he packs a big punch.
tell you what, semi-pro, nobody could stop him in the semi-pro league. So, great job by him.
Yeah. Reminds me kind of a BJ Mitchell out there with the Detroit Ravens. Shout out to him.
Yes, sir. Yep, very good guy, and can't wait to see what the Ravens can do this year.
Yeah. Won the PFA last year, as they seem to always do.
Yes, sir. Yeah, shout out to T. Sims there. Great guy, great coach.
Yeah.
See what's going on here. I don't know if they're maybe talking about the last play or what's going on.
Because it did look like he might have touched the wall before he got pushed in.
That's what I thought. I thought his foot hit the wall there.
Yeah.
See if they wave it off or not. I think they're going to leave it.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to leave it on the board.
And to the comment there, Zachariah, I did play, but I tell you what, I was going to do the Jackie Moon, but I decided, you know what, hang it up and make sure this production goes good and everything runs right in the game day operation. So, as Chad likes to call it, somebody likes to do the Lord's work. So I'll be that guy for you guys. Make sure you guys get a halfway decent product to see the game here. Excuse the Wi-Fi too.
Yeah, 2-point conversion attempt here
go.
for the Grizzlies. And it's a fumble.
Fumble.
Rob, though,
And
picks it up to the outside.
He did not get it.
Did he get it? No.
He did not get it. Nope. So that was just great effort there by Rob, but came up short there. So that will.
Grizzlies
Yeah.
though looking for the sign.
Yes, sir. So we will actually head into break here. And like I said, we will be back here at the TOCA after this quick break from our sponsor.
Gary Clift, owner of Clift Buick GMC. Our commercials are good, free from comedy gags, crazy incentives,
You're a saint.
loud announcers, and goofy characters. We want your business and trust.
Nobody move.
When you need a car, service, or body work, give us a call. There is no dealership quite like Clift's. You have my word.
All right, start of the fourth as that's a booming kick, and at it low, nearly fumbled it. He does, and it's gonna be picked up right around the goal line. Gonna be shifting it back at it low. Oh, he nearly broke free of that.
Great effort there, kind of making up for the yardage that he lost.
Yeah, gets to about the 10. First and 10 now for the Bucks.
Here we go. Here's the crowd there. Nice crowd look at the TOCA East that we are at.
Man, it's your crowd.
Yeah, nice crowd that we got here on tap
Make some
tonight.
noise,
Yeah, not bad. A little bit of Grizzlies showing some love.
Yeah, again, shout out to TOCA. Great venue. Thankful they're having us here tonight. So it's gonna be first and 10 now for the Bucks. Get a little bit of an inside the huddle action. You look at the play call here. Look at what the Bucks are getting ready for.
Yeah, one left.
It's actually be a timeout called by Tri-State.
What the fuck? I don't understand this shit, dog. What's going on?
So
I need a lineman.
It looks like Coach Grundy's a little bit perturbed.
yeah, he's a great coach, man. A lot of experience doing high school ball.
Right.
Out of the Hudson, Michigan area. So let's see if he can buckle down. Make sure these guys, they got to put up some points.
Absolutely. They need it with how start and stop the offense been. Realistically, though, it's just one big play. Perkins needs to make one of his throws that he's been making down the field, and this game's looking completely different.
Right. No.
So first and 10 now for the Bucks. Sending a man in motion. It's going to be a bit of an end around play to add it low. Add it low, though, is not going to get any yards. The combo tackle by number 4, an X. That's right, folks. Here in the Midwest Arena Football League, we got players of letters, and one player out in Midwest has 2 little exclamation points on his jersey.
Yep. Like I said, we try to be a little fun, a little different, switch it up a little bit, and we like to almost add at names on the back, but we don't really want to copy too much the fan control football.
I was gonna say that was the league that came to mind.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we're going at. We take everything from every little league, and kind of incorporate in our own, make fun of it. So
Second down now for the Bucks after the looked like it was about a 1 or 2 yard gain. Man in motion. Perkins gonna once again hand off to add it low. Tries to shut the tackler, but number 16. What an effort!
Yeah.
Got around the legs and just wrapped him down.
I tell you what, I think they might have to start going to something else here. Possibly looking into throwing the ball. I know, run and sit, but you ain't got much time for that. You gotta sling the ball, get it downfield.
Yeah, or just get those simple completions going. Get Perkins' confidence up.
Yeah. And that's what I talked with Coach Grundy. We told him you got to get them quick throws going. He said he was going to incorporate them. So see if we see anything here.
I haven't seen any so far.
We'll see what they're coming out here. We got Q Henry, high motion man. Yep. We got Kyler Grundy out to the Y, the X.
Yep. Third and long for the Bucks. Q Henry in motion. Perkins looking around, gonna find Q Henry, and oh my goodness, just outside the window.
And tell you what, those are, man, they need these connections.
Right. You know, they're like a man lost out in the middle of the Arizona desert looking for connection.
Yes, sir.
Needs that lifeline. So it's going to bring up 4th down and medium, looks like. As Tri-State desperately looking for something here. Q Henry, the motion man. They're going to send him in motion. They're going to hand it off right up the middle, run up the gut. Are they going to say he got it? They're going to say he did. 1st down for the Bucks.
Wow. Great effort there.
And Perkins, now with a new lease on life, goes into the huddle.
Man, my nigga T working in this bitch, man. Ain't giving no defensive burn for him, but he making
Getting the real up close and personal look.
I tell you what, you know, so he's
That's what makes our league different.
yes, sir. Here we go.
1st and 10 now.
I'm telling you, these Bucks, man, they're looking a little dead. They need to turn it up here. Figure
Right.
something out.
Need just one big play. It's all the difference in a 6-point ball game. Q Henry in motion. They're going to hand off to Rousseau again. The big man rumbling forward. Gains about 4 on the play. And you know what? You know, time's a bit low, but they still have enough time where if you just want to play 3 yards in a cloud dust ball, you can play. Hey, this is Big Ten country.
Yes, sir. That it is.
They're playing Michigan ball better than Michigan did today.
All right.
Less than 10 minutes to go in the ball game.
Right here is terrible.
The clock's running. Remind you, it's 9:48. That clock is running. It will not stop. So this has been the story of this year.
Right.
Wasting time, wasting clock.
Fredo Perkins going to go under center. Looks like a bit of an offset eye look. Q Henry going to motion to the outside.
Motion to the out.
They're going to pitch it to Q Henry. And, there's nowhere for him to go. But he's going to try and make a way out of it. Does it do it? No, he cannot.
So that was, man, this effort there by Q Henry. They said we need effort like that. So he's getting dog tired out there, too.
Yeah. Looks like it's 3rd down and long. As the struggles continue.
That was terrible.
We are at 9 minutes, 4th quarter. Grizzlies up 14-8.
Q.
There we go, coming out of the huddle here.
3rd down, Fredo Perkins under center. Q Henry, the motion man.
Here he goes.
Going to send him in motion.
He's got to look.
Perkins is going to throw it short, and it's over the top.
Over the top. Like I said, Coach Grundy needs to be mindful of his timeout. He has 3 timeouts.
Right.
You know, they haven't used any. I don't know if he knows of it or not.
Right.
Or whatnot,
but honestly, most importantly, they need this 4th down.
we have an issue here. Looks like maybe Perkins.
Yeah, Perkins looked like he might have hurt his hand on that play.
Could be coming off.
That'll bring in Damon Marquis, says the quarterback. Yeah, it looks like Perkins is out.
So this Bucks team, you know, they are not very deep at quarterback. I tell you that right now. That's something that, you know, this is not very good looking at the situation right now.
No.
This is your chance to shine.
Actually, they're going to run out at it low at quarterback.
This is 4th down.
Yeah, but maybe they're going to run a bit of a wildcat. You know, with Miami Dolphins. Q Henry motion, and it's going to be a fumble. And it's going to be at it low, trying to find it. Take it down. 2 points.
Safety there. And that, tell you what, is something why, you know, they don't practice the shotgun throws or shotgun snaps. You know, that's something that we don't want to be in a situation right there. But great job. Cleaning stuff up.
And then they smacked me in my face.
They've been all over all night tonight. Right there, like I said, that just put them up 16-8.
And that makes the lead all the bigger. You know, and again, at it low, he tried what he could.
He did.
It was not an optimal situation. If you're a quarterback in that situation, maybe you could have thrown it away, maybe you could have handled it a bit differently, but that's fine.
Hey, we need a key.
16-8 though, with less than 7 minutes left, and the Grizzlies. Who would have thought this after the last couple of weeks of the Grizzlies would be in firm control of this ball game?
Yeah, totally shocked, man. I tell you what, you know, it just shows the level of competition here. You know what we're looking at. You know what the rankings are here, what they're looking into. You know, and
right. And only for the teams, also for the players. You know, everyone trying to make it up to the next level. You know, to the IFL, NAL. You know, even to the AF1.
Yeah.
You know, got some guys out here who should be getting some looks.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
hey,
On
man,
both
what's up
sides.
to the crib, man? Give me some action on this damn line.
There we go. Kick is off.
Yep.
Oh nope, we're switching sides here.
Yep. Could be doing some trickery.
Yep. Here we go. We got Deani Banks, number 14, set to return.
And that's gonna be a little squibber.
Short kick
That's
right
gonna
there.
be picked up.
Hunt.
Find
Up
some
and
blocks
outside.
to the outside.
And he is brought down. A whistle. There's the whistle.
Yep.
Brought down there by number 4, Xavion Johnson. So we are at 5 minutes and 46 seconds. Clock running. 16-8. Grizzlies up.
Yeah, and if you're the Grizzlies, I mean, just start pounding the rock, run it out, and head on home with the W.
Yeah. I mean, where we're at right now, and like I said, they're going to take their sweet time on this drive.
Just a little over 5 minutes left. Rob coming out again. It's been a really, really solid showing in his first full start for the Mid-Michigan Grizzlies.
Yeah, great game. Like I said, I'm, you know, as the Bucks owner, I'm disappointed. I'll tell you what, and, you know, I'm disappointed. You know, it shows I couldn't do much either out there. You know, so we're trying to best we can with what we have.
Man in motion.
Oh, there he goes.
Rob actually going to look to throw across his body.
Throwing, and that was to Kreger pretty much wide open there. He just was in position to get it, but
right.
Yeah, he was open there.
Was looking like a flood concept to that side of the field, but it just didn't develop properly. I don't know. He probably could have just taken that off and ran with it.
Yeah.
Less than 5 minutes remain in the ball game. Mid-Michigan with a major lead. And the Bucks in desperate need of a stop. Gonna be second down, man in motion. Rob looking around, gonna actually hand it off. And that's gonna be Raptor going nowhere. No, he's actually still up. Still up on his feet. And that's gonna gain about 3 or 4 yards, brings up third down.
Yeah, so 3 minutes, 58 seconds. I mean, I keep mentioning the time, man, because that's crucial, you know.
Absolutely.
And you know, they got their timeouts.
Yeah.
So they need to be using them. If this looks, they can tie it up.
Right.
So they're still out of this ball game. They said they need to stop that clock as much as possible.
Meanwhile, Fredo Perkins,
we'll get
off to the side here, getting looked at by the staff.
Yeah, we'll get taped up here.
Yeah,
we'll get an update on him here as soon as we can.
And we just got confirmation if they can get another play out here, Fredo Perkins will be lining up back up at quarterback, and a little bit of a reverse.
He's wrapped up whistle. There it is. Big group of Bucks tackling. Him up. Nick Kreger cleaned him up there.
Yeah, but Deani Banks, he's getting the love out there tonight.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man, that guy's a great football player. He's been, you know, big reason why they're up.
Yep. And so it brings us to fourth down, and
right now, that's the weakest link.
It looks like actually the Tri-State Bucks called timeout on that play.
Did they say? Yeah, and that's
a questionable clock management, if I do say so myself, but alas, is what it is. Fourth down.
We will go inside the huddle here.
He's gonna hold it. He's gonna run.
Clock running. Almost down to 2 minutes.
Fourth down now for the Grizzlies. They're looking to milk as much clock as possible.
Yeah, I think that's a delay of game.
It looks like.
No.
No, they're not going to call it. Man in motion. Rob looking around. Going to chuck it deep. Incomplete.
Good
The
shit,
Bucks
boy.
get a
Good
lifeline.
shit, boy.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
77.
So,
And as he said, Fredo Perkins.
Hey, y'all gotta hurry
He'll
up,
be
man.
hitting
Y'all
the
got
field.
2 minutes left.
Yep.
Hey, hurry up. Y'all got 2 minutes left, bro.
And
what y'all doing, bro? Where's the quarterback?
Came out on the last drive with a bit of a hand problem. No, Edit Lowe still looking at quarterback.
still in there. So
Maybe they're just trying to take it easy on him, you know.
maybe Fredo's still getting taped up, maybe, possibly. I know him. He wants to get in. Looks like he's over there wanting to get in. So maybe after this play, we'll see him back out there. But
Yeah.
let's get back in that huddle, see what's going on there.
And this is definitely one of those situations where the under center benefit will really come in.
Yeah, well, Edit Lowe has took no practice snaps under center. You know, I don't know about before half or whatnot. He's a new add-on, new free agent.
They
Right.
got 8.
He's not
They
even a
got
quarterback.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so
And a flag
1, 2,
delay of
3,
game
4, 5,
it's
6,
not
7,
in the
8.
clock is
That's
running.
8.
on the Bucks.
That's
Fuck,
8. He just ran off. That's 8.
not very good.
Still first down as the Bucks are desperately trying to find something.
He's not,
2-minute warning, y'all.
2 minutes to go
2-minute
here.
warning, man. These Bucks down 8. These Bucks down 8. 2-minute warning.
and them,
Bucks down 8, man.
you know, them Grizzlies really helped them out with that
Bucks
safety
down
they just
8,
had in
man.
that last possession.
Uh-huh.
Damn, that's the
So,
quickest
here we
2-minute
go.
warning in history.
Is that side view? Got Nick Kreger out here at receiver. Kyler Grundy, high motion man.
And it's going to be another fumble.
And
And it's going to be recovered by the
Just
Grizzlies.
like that.
Huge momentum swing. And that might just about do it
Hold on.
as they're
Hold on,
stunning
y'all.
on him in the end zone.
Yeah.
a huge play covered by, what was that, X, I believe, Drew Richardson.
Yeah.
So, you know, I predicted that. I called it out. I would never, you know, put. I said you need somebody that at least took snaps under center. At least somebody that took snaps.
Even if it's just a fall backwards,
Yeah.
just wait until Fredo can come back in.
Correct. Take time out. Like I said, that was. I predicted that happens all the time. You get a new quarterback that's not used to that center quarterback exchange.
Right.
You know, so totally, like I said, just bad coaching decision there. You know, we definitely should have. You know, we got other quarterbacks probably that can take snap. You know.
Hello?
So Mid-Michigan gets the ball right back.
Hey, I'm in the middle of
Minute
recording,
52 remaining in the
I'm
ball
football
game.
right now. I'm gonna have to call you back.
And looks like they're just going to kind of run this one out and
My bad, y'all,
take
man. People
home
calling
their
me, man.
very
My mother
first
calling me. I
win
gotta
of
answer
the
my phone
season.
at all times, or she gonna yak me.
Man in motion.
There he is.
Robin. Oh, it's false start.
False start. So
False start. That'll back them up.
yeah, definitely not. Definitely not something that the Bucks need. You know, with their quarterback, right? They need Fredo back out there taking snaps.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, it makes me want to suit up and go back out there. You know, I'm still on the roster numbers. So I won't go out there, but you know, man, I'll tell you what, like I said,
It's like it's another first down actually for the Grizzlies.
There we go.
Yeah, may have been some sort of legal formation.
Akio at running back. Trips right. Number 12 in motion orbit.
Rob is going to chuck it down low, and he's going to catch it.
Oh, and it
nearly hits the refs and into the board.
Tell you what, shook the whole board about into the ref there.
Yeah. I think they'll be stuck in a medium.
He about had a heart attack, tell you what.
Yeah, I'd be terrified if I were him.
Sure. Yeah, that's something with this arena ball. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to escape. That's why we call it gladiator.
Right.
As you know. So, definitely something they got to be mindful this time. You know, they need to use their timeouts. Get as much, even if you got.
How many timeouts White got? One or none?
Yep.
So I don't know if he's being mindful of the clock.
It's over with.
We'll go back down here on the field. Got Zangia number 4, Johnson blitzing. And he does.
Rob. Yeah. Rob looking under center. Johnson ID'd as the blitzer. And he's going to get right to him.
That is a sack, but that, you know, just I don't want to take the credibility away from the sack, but that was a legal blitz for you know, our linebacker is supposed to motion on a motionless. They have to have daylight between that backer.
Right, I was gonna say you're not supposed to be that
so
right up against the
I don't
line.
like credibility, but also that play would never exist if he wasn't in the position he was supposed to be in. So
Right.
I said, as a Bucks owner, I'm watching. I'm like, I'm taking notes, guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they know better.
Should be right at the 1 minute warning.
Yeah, it's the 1 minute warning, and I'll make sure I go ahead and deal with that.
Yeah, they're letting the clock run, but it should be a 1 minute warning. Yeah, they're going to have to put time back on the clock here, up to 1 minute.
Hey, get you a touchdown
They
pass.
just forgot to run it off.
Yeah, they forgot about the 1 minute warning before the half as well. So I'm glad we reminded them on that. That took care of.
So 1 minute warning, 1 minute remaining in the ball game here. 16-8 in favor of the Mid-Michigan Grizzlies. And you can see Damien out there.
Everybody forgets about the rules, man.
Yeah. So they're gonna have to put the time back on the clock.
Yeah, they're supposed to stop at 1 minute. They let it roll down to 34.
Yeah.
So.
We're taking these. First down. We're taking these. Second down.
In arena football, of course, folks, you can't forget. It's always got to come down to the last possible second. So you need those seconds. Every single one.
This game over with, man.
Yeah, very valuable there. The 16-8, 1 minute left. Refs here adjusting the clock.
This is the crowd reaction, y'all.
Hey, fuck the other team.
See what
What he said. He wants the crowd reaction. Here y'all go
here.
right here, man.
We go down here to the field.
This is the crowd reaction,
There we go.
man. We silent.
Got all the Bucks there.
It should be 1 minute and 40 seconds. It should be formed down. Hey, man, turn this bitch
Go
up,
down
man.
on the field. Got Chris Princeton there.
Right. Got the whole Grizzlies crew looking very excited. They're on the verge of their first win
Yes, sir.
of the 2024 season.
They're having technical difficulties down there.
Conversating in this bitch, man. Hey, man,
Trying to
good
get the
game,
score
y'all.
clock
Good
back
game,
up to 1 minute.
Yeah. Good game, y'all. Yeah. I'm in this bitch. This game over with. Bullshit. Game over. Yeah, fellas. Yeah.
Go. Looks like they got all worked out there, hopefully.
Yep.
Hey, y'all. Hey, make sure y'all need it out because I'm right in this motherfucker.
I think they might be
Yeah, they're trying to fiddle around with the clicker again.
Yeah, every second is vital in this arena balls.
It's 4.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, what's going on here?
Oh yeah, I mean, exciting game so far.
Oh yeah, it's been a great
Edge of your
game.
seats, man.
Yeah.
What
And looks like a. Oh, and there's a flag on the Bucks, neutral zone infraction. They're gonna call it.
Wow.
Just a lack of discipline towards the end of this ball game here by Tri-State. Oh, and another flag. As a Bucks player throws his helmet, you never want to see that.
Yeah, it's having a little
over, fellas. Who got those personal like conduct?
Yeah, they're gonna have to march this one right up the field.
Hey, man, game over, man. This game was ass, man. Who phone is this, man? I'm done with this shit. This game over with.
Looks like Mid-Michigan treating it like they've already won the game. It looks like the end of the game here, Damien.
Huh. Yeah, so they said, yeah, I guess that would be it, which is, like I said, it's good right. All right, wait,
Yeah.
seconds.
As we try to figure out what exactly is happening, they're going to let the clock wind down. Let the clock wind down. It looks like this game is going to come to a rather anticlimactic conclusion.
Are you able to stay for the second game, Jim?
I mean, I can if you want.
Okay, yeah. How much are you, Jim?
He paid me $50 for this game. I mean, I can see what he wants to do.
What you want for this? What you want for the next one?
30. I don't care.
I got you. And then what about the camera crew?
I don't know about them. You have to talk to them about it. Yeah, it looks like it's going to bring us.
I got you, bro.
Thank you, man. That'll bring us to the end of. This ball game. Mid-Michigan walks away with their first win of the season, 16-8. Massive win in this later half as Commissioner Santiago having a conversation now, trying to figure out what's going on here. Yeah, it looks like this game has concluded.
I got word from the refs here that what happened was that they actually we have no timeouts left.
Okay.
And the Grizzlies were going to knee it because the penalties.
Right.
So they're just going to run the clock. So that being said, we're going to close it out here from the TOCA East. And overall great performance here. Jack and Stadium. So we are signing out here, and we will actually get back down on the field here. I think we're doing a little prayer there. So thank you guys for joining us, and we'll be at you at the next one. Thank you.
Yeah. I was going to say, I could save for the second game.
Check out our official sponsor, the Upside app, available free to Android or Apple users. Download Upside using our code SAM363682 to get an extra cashback bonus on your first purchase. Upside is an app that will pay you cash back for purchases you are likely already making. Whether it's filling up your tank, taking the family out to eat, or buying groceries, Upside is working to bring you more widespread offers each day. Not only will we both receive a one-time bonus for your initial sign-up and first purchase, after each gas purchase after that, Shady Sports Network will receive a small referral bonus as well. The same can be said for any user who refers another user.
This is Brett, and you're watching Shady Sports Network. Tune in, hit that like button.
You might wonder, what do these guys do? Player signing announcements. I never in a million years thought you would actually come on to break this news. So without further ado, go ahead and tell everybody what happened today.
Yeah, man. I just had a workout with the Cincinnati Bengals. Signing me right out.
Without further ado, I'd like to announce that, I'll be taking my talents to Salina Liberty.
This just in. The Major League of Football is reportedly collapsing, unable to pay hotel room bills, with players being kicked out of their rooms and hotel managers asking them to leave voluntarily without issue.
And then we got Lions wide receiver Williams is debuting this week as a starter. That's something to look at as far as the eye test goes. And then another one on the eye test is Mostert might be coming back to Miami. And we can see if he has a role in this offense and see if he can be viable for the next couple weeks coming and help us in the playoffs and possibly towards a championship. That would be very nice because he's sitting on my bench right now.